Island worship, can we meet again now? Whoa. Once you finish, once you finish, say be careful what you say about me. Be careful how you persecute me. Lord, I'm your savior, him and my guide. Only him alone understand me. Yeah, don't judge the book by its cover. We have to love one another. If you see me trying, please just pray for me. Watch you finish. Watch you finish. Oh Lord, you see me now, but you don't know what I'm gonna be. Watch you finish. Watch you finish, yeah. You see me now, but you don't know. Yeah. Choose lead, but don't worry. Close the ear, but don't worry. I may not have what I wanna eat, but me not worry. My friends may laugh at me, but I know who provide for me, and it's God. When I look in the mirror, I see greatness in me. Yeah. Once you finish, oh Lord, you see me now, but you don't know what I'm gonna be. Watch you finish. Watch you finish, yeah. You see me now, but you don't know. Yeah. Separate my past from my future. Looking back, life is so much better. Jesus saved my darkness and gave me light. I know I'm not the perfect man, but I wanna walk in God's plan. In the fullness of time, you'll understand. Yeah. Finish. Watch you finish. Oh Lord, you see me now, but you don't know what I'm gonna be. Watch you finish. Watch you finish, yeah. You see me now, but you don't know. Hey. Ooh na 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 na. 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 Ooh na 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 na.
We got to be ready. We got to be ready. Got to be ready. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got to be ready. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ready when Jesus comes, yeah, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got to be ready. Got to be ready. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ready when Jesus comes, yeah, yeah. The Lord is coming back again to pay every man according as his work should be. We got to be ready. Oh yeah, yeah. We got to be ready. Ready when Jesus comes. Many are called, but few are chosen. Render your heart, but not your garment. Man look on the outward appearance, but my God looks within. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got to be ready. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ready when Jesus comes, yeah, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got to be ready. Got to be ready. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ready when Jesus comes, yeah, yeah. For unto us a child is born. For unto us a son is given, yeah, yeah. All struggles are aching pain. Let's rest at the foot of the cross. got to be ready, got to be ready. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ready when Jesus comes, yeah, yeah. Hear my cry, oh Lord, attend unto my prayers. Have mercy on my soul as I offer sacrifices of praise unto you, oh Lord. We gotta be ready, because the Lord is gonna put in his appearance, and he's gonna judge everyone according as our work should be. Look up, because man redemption draweth nigh. Whoa, 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 we got to be ready. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh God of mercy upon our soul. I said we can do nothing without you, yeah. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God. When I don't have food to eat, all I do is call on the name of Jesus. Hey, he sent for help from the north, south, east, and west. Then I'll say, thank you, Lord. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God. Since I've learned how to pray, I'll repent of my sins, but thou, oh Lord, has made me whole again. I'm rejoicing in a full and free salvation. Now I stand in liberty, yeah, yeah. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God. I was once living in sin, but Christ came. He set me free from all infirmities. King of kings, Lord of lords, he is worthy of my praise each and every day. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God. Oh God of mercy upon our soul. You are holy, you are righteous in every way. You've made me the woman I am today, a real woman of God, yeah. Plead my cause, oh Lord, with that fight with me. Fight against the enemy, yeah, yeah. Take hold of shield and stand up for my help as I walk this Christian pathway, yeah. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. On a sinner like me, have mercy. On a sinner like you, have mercy. On a sinner like me, have mercy, oh God.
Students, need help to pass your exams or get straight A's in science and math? Get the one-to-one help you need when you need it most at STEM Builders Learning Hub. We have expert STEM tutors ready to guide you every step of the way. From solving that difficult math problem, to preparing for PEP, CSEC or CAPE, to completing science experiments, homework and projects. STEM Builders Learning Hub does it all. Visit our website at www.stembuildersjm.com and tell us what you want to learn. Then review the profiles of our expert tutors and select the tutor that best suits your needs. Connect and start learning today. Consultation is free and you only pay for what you need. STEM Builders Learning Hub, where STEM education lives and where you will thrive.
Want to learn to play music with a revolutionary musical experience? K-Don Music Academy offers online and face-to-face lessons for piano, guitar, drum set, violin, viola, cello, voice, saxophone, trumpet, flute, and music theory. Call 876-442-2721. That's 876-442-2721. Visit our Facebook page at K-Don Music Academy and follow us on Instagram at K-Don Music Academy 1. Experience the power of music. K-Don, K-Don Music Academy. Register now.
Today we will be reading a short story, The Legend of the Christmas Tree. Two little children were sitting by the fire one cold winter night. All at once they heard a timid knock at the door, and one ran to open it. There, outside in the cold and the darkness, stood a child with no shoes upon his feet and clad in thin, ragged garments. He was shivering with cold, and he asked to come in and warm himself. "Yes, come in," cried both the children. "You should have our place by the fire. Come in." They drew the little stranger to their warm seat and shared their supper with him and gave him their bed, while they slept on a hard bench. In the night, they were awakened by strains of sweet music, and looking out, they saw a band of children in shining garments approaching the house. They were playing on golden harps, and the air was full of melody. Suddenly, the stranger child stood before them, no longer cold and ragged, but clad in silvery light. His soft voice said, "I was cold and you took me in. I was hungry and you fed me. I was tired and you gave me your bed. I am the Christ child, wandering through the world to bring peace and happiness to all good children. As you have given to me, so may this tree every year give rich fruit to you." So saying, he broke a branch from the fir tree that grew near the house, and he planted it in the ground and disappeared. But the branch grew into a great tree, and every year it bore wonderful golden fruit for the kind children. The end.
The Book of Ruth, Chapter 1. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled, that there was a famine in the land. And a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion, Ephrathites of Bethlehem, Judah. And they came into the country of Moab and continued there. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her 2 sons. And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelled there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilion died also, both of them. and the woman was left of her 2 sons and her husband. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab. For she had heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her, and they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah. And Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law,
Go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as ye have dealt with the dead and with me. The Lord grant you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband.
Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept. And they said unto her,
Surely we will return with thee unto thy people.
And Naomi said,
Turn again, my daughters. Why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say, I have hope, if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would ye tarry for them till they were grown? Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes, that the hand of the Lord is gone out against me.
And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her. And she said,
Behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people, and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law.
And Ruth said,
Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Where thou diest will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught but death part thee and me.
When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her. So they 2 went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass, when they were come to Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them. And they said,
Is this Naomi?
And she said unto them,
Call me not Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty hath dealt very bitterly with me. I went out full, and the Lord hath brought me home again empty. Why then call ye me Naomi, seeing the Lord hath testified against me, and the Almighty hath afflicted me?
So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess her daughter-in-law with her, which returned out of the country of Moab. And they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of barley harvest. Chapter 2. And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth, of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi,
Let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace.
And she said unto her,
Go, my daughter.
And she went and came, and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And her hap was to light on a part of the field belonging unto Boaz, who was of the kindred of Elimelech. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem, and said unto the reapers,
The Lord be with you.
And they answered him,
The Lord bless thee.
Then said Boaz unto his servant that was set over the reapers.
Whose damsel is this?
And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said,
It is the Moabitish damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came, and hath continued even from the morning until now, that she tarried a little in the house.
Then said Boaz unto Ruth,
Hearest thou not, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from hence, but abide here fast by my maidens. Let thine eyes be on the field that they do reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee? And when thou art athirst, go unto the vessels, and drink of that which the young men have drawn.
Then she fell on her face, and bowed herself to the ground, and said unto him,
Why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger?
And Boaz answered and said unto her,
It hath fully been showed me all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, and how thou hast left thy father and thy mother and the land of thy nativity, and art come unto a people which thou knewest not heretofore. The Lord recompense thy work, and a full reward be given thee of the Lord God of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust.
Then she said,
Let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord, for that thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaid. though I be not like unto one of thine handmaidens.
And Boaz said unto her,
At mealtime come thou hither, and eat of the bread, and dip thy morsel in the vinegar.
And she sat beside the reapers, and he reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was sufficed, and left. And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying,
Let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not. And let fall also some of the handfuls of purpose for her, and leave them, that she may glean them, and rebuke her not.
So she gleaned in the field until even, and beat out that she had gleaned. And it was about an ephah of barley. And she took it up and went into the city, and her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth, and gave to her that she had reserved after she was sufficed. And her mother-in-law said unto her,
Where hast thou gleaned today? And where wroughtest thou? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of thee.
And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought, and said,
The man's name with whom I wrought today is Boaz.
And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law,
Blessed be he of the Lord, who hath not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead.
And Naomi said unto her,
The man is near of kin unto us, one of our next kinsmen.
And Ruth the Moabitess said,
He said unto me also, Thou shalt keep fast by my young men, until they have ended all my harvest.
And Naomi said unto Ruth her daughter-in-law,
It is good, my daughter, that thou go out with his maidens, that they meet thee not in any other field.
So she kept fast by the maidens of Boaz to glean unto the end of barley harvest and of wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. Chapter 3. Then Naomi her mother-in-law said unto her,
My daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz of our kindred, with whose maidens thou wast? Behold, he winnoweth barley tonight in the threshing floor. Wash thyself therefore, and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get thee down to the floor. But make not thyself known unto the man, until he shall have done eating and drinking. And it shall be, when he lieth down, that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie, and thou shalt go in, and uncover his feet, and lay thee down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do.
And she said unto her,
All that thou sayest unto me, I will do.
And she went down unto the floor, and did according to all that her mother-in-law bade her. And when Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn. And she came softly, and uncovered his feet, and laid her down. And it came to pass at midnight, that the man was afraid, and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. And he said,
Who art thou?
And she answered,
I am Ruth thine handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thine handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman.
And he said,
Blessed be thou of the Lord, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, inasmuch as thou followedst not young men, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, fear not. I will do to thee all that thou requirest. For all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman. And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman, howbeit there is a kinsman nearer than I. Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning that if he will perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, well, let him do the kinsman's part. But if he will not do the part of a kinsman to thee, then will I do the part of a kinsman to thee. As the Lord liveth, lie down until the morning.
And she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could know another. And he said,
Let it not be known that a woman came into the floor.
Also he said,
Bring the veil that thou hast upon thee, and hold it.
And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley, and laid it on her, and she went into the city. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said,
Who art thou, my daughter?
And she told her all that the man had done to her. And she said,
These 6 measures of barley gave he me, for he said to me, Go not empty unto thy mother-in-law.
Then said she,
Sit still, my daughter, until thou know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest until he have finished the thing this day.
Chapter 4. Then went Boaz up to the gate, and sat him down there. And behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spake came by, unto whom he said,
Ho, such a one, turn aside, sit down here.
And he turned aside and sat down. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city, and said,
Sit ye down here.
And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsman,
Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land which was our brother Elimelech's. And I thought to advertise thee, saying, Buy it before the inhabitants and before the elders of my people. If thou wilt redeem it, redeem it. But if thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know. For there is none to redeem it beside thee, and I am after thee.
And he said,
I will redeem it.
Then said Boaz,
What day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance.
And the kinsman said,
I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar mine own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it.
Now this was the manner in former time in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning changing, for to confirm all things. A man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor, and this was a testimony in Israel. Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz,
Buy it for thee.
So he drew off his shoe. And Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people,
Ye are witnesses this day that I have bought all that was Elimelech's, and all that was Kilion's and Mahlon's of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren. And from the gate of his place ye are witnesses this day.
And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said,
We are witnesses. The Lord make the woman that is come into thine house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel. And do thou worthily in Ephratah, and be famous in Bethlehem. And let thy house be like the house of Pharez, whom Tamar bare unto Judah, of the seed which the Lord shall give thee of this young woman.
So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went in unto her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bare a son. And the women said unto Naomi,
Blessed be the Lord, which hath not left thee this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel, and he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life, and a nourisher of thine old age, for thy daughter-in-law, which loveth thee, which is better to thee than 7 sons, hath borne him.
And Naomi took the child, and laid it in her bosom, and became nurse unto it. And the women her neighbors gave it a name, saying,
There is a son born to Naomi.
And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Now these are the generations of Pharez. Pharez begat Hezron, and Hezron begat Ram, and Ram begat Amminadab, and Amminadab begat Nahshon, and Nahshon begat Salmon, and Salmon begat Boaz, and Boaz begat Obed, and Obed begat Jesse, and Jesse begat David.
Oh, yeah. Amazing Grace. This song is dedicated to a very special lady, Sister Shunali Francis, who have left this world to be with our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amazing Grace. The sound, yeah. Sweet the sound, yeah. That saved my soul. Saved my soul. Now I am whole. I am whole. Jesus saved me. Amazing grace, amazing grace, save me. That saved my soul. My soul. Now I am whole, I am whole, because of his love. Jesus save me. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Serve him, yeah. Come before his presence with thanksgiving. Giving, yeah. Holy that labor and our heavy laden. Come on to Him, He'll fix it for you. He gave us peace, love, and unity. Obey, have faith, and believe. Amazing grace, amazing grace. Oh, that saved me, save you, save me from myself. Harden not your heart, listen to His voice. He's calling, calling you. Once in my life, it wasn't like this. Jesus saved me, save me. I'm walking by faith, and not by sight. Jesus saved me. His grace is why I'm here, His love saved me. Amazing grace, amazing grace, amazing grace, amazing grace, amazing grace.
Welcome back to the Lady Tracey Show. We are locked in our radio interview segment, and we have on the other line the Lady Courtney Wills outside of Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a book author and a little bit more. So we welcome you, Miss Willis. How are you, Miss Wills? How are you today? Welcome to the Lady Tracey Show.
I'm doing good, Lady Tracey. Thank you so much for having me on today. I'm excited to talk to you.
It is a pleasure, girl. When I look at your work, I am just impressed at the good job that you have been going on with there in Illinois. So you want to tell us a little bit about who Courtney Wills is?
Oh, sure. Courtney Wills, born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. Currently still working in the field of mental health, but I started off in the child welfare field as well. This is my first book that I'm really excited about, but I've been writing since I was probably in high school. I started writing poetry at that time. But this is my first opportunity to actually publish and get all of my feelings and everything on paper.
Awesome. So you have been a humanitarian all your life, basically. This is just a good place to be. And, you share your book topic, State of Being Me. I don't want to get to the book as yet, but do you want to give us a little testimony? Just, what led you to this topic before we go there?
Absolutely, absolutely. After being on one of my jobs for 10 years, I was laid off. During that time, you're just kind of sitting at home and trying to figure out where you're going to go next in life. But like I said, I had been writing and journaling and kind of doodling all along. And while I was sitting there, God just told me to pull everything together. And it was time to put it in a book. And that's basically how it started. I was sitting there at home. I just started pulling journal writings together. And then they just kind of formulated into a book. And God was just basically just talking to me the entire time, telling me what to put in, what to take out. Wow. And just adding context to it.
Awesome. And I am seeing where you have the example of the cycle of a butterfly on your book. I had this teaching a few weeks back about the cycle of the butterfly, from being a caterpillar to, staying in the cocoon to being a caterpillar and then being that butterfly to soar. And I think it's a beautiful context. It will be able to, relate to persons on an individual base. And I want to know, is there a special top chapter in this book that really listeners or readers should pay attention to?
I think the chapter on emotions. I talk about the first time I saw my father cry.
Wow.
And how I wasn't prepared for it, because I had never seen a man cry. I I didn't know about it. You didn't see it on TV. You didn't see it in my world. And the first time that I saw him cry, I was so ill prepared. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I didn't know if I was supposed to bring up a glass of water. Am I supposed to rub his back? What was I supposed to do? But that chapter is so important for me because I talk about how it's really something for a woman to see a man's vulnerability.
Okay. And that's interesting that you share it. And I'm thankful that you did, because the book is about women, not men. So you sharing this, it just shows the listeners that there's more to this book. So it's not just the feminine material. It's probably for everybody, right?
It really is. It really is for everybody. And
that is good. That is good.
I think it will definitely speak to everyone.
That is good. Thank you so much for sharing, Miss Wills. So, guys, also I want to say her book is written by herself, but if you're looking for her book, you should look for C. Elizabeth, not Courtney Wills. So if you go on Amazon and all of those places, you will not see Courtney Wills. You should look for C. Elizabeth. Okay. All right. So where can we go to get this book, Miss Wills, if we want to order it?
Actually, if you go to Amazon, you may or may not see it. I'm glad you brought that up, Lady Tracey. Because I'm selling it directly. I'm not actually going through Amazon, but I'm actually going through my own site. So if they find me on social media, actually under Courtney Wills, and that's COURTENAYWILLS, Courtney Wills, I would be able to redirect them to my store where my book is actually uploaded.
Oh, perfect. And this is volume 1, right?
Yes.
So there are more to come. There are more to come.
Yes, they are. Yes,
okay.
They are.
All right. I like the butterfly process that you're taking us through right here. I like it.
Definitely an evolution. Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. So one last thing before you go, Miss Wills, I want you to give our listeners an advice from your book, or just in general, if they're listening. We have some women there. I'm sure we have some men as well. Who's listening? Just give us one advice before you go.
My advice to everyone is not to self-impose guilt or shame.
Okay.
That is the one thing that holds us back, is us. Nobody is putting those things on us. Just make sure that it's not you and the world against you.
Okay.
That is the biggest advice that I have. Don't let it be you and the world.
Okay.
The world is going to already come at us. It shouldn't be us coming at ourselves as well.
All right. And that's the best thing to look at when you're talking about you. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful because there's so many self-conflicting people in this world. And the conflict is really inside, you know. I also wrote this book dealing with internal foes. And it's the conflict on the inside that really weighs us down, not what's around us, you know. And the minute we can balance ourselves physically and emotionally, psychologically, we will be a better person. So thank you so much, Miss Courtney Wills. It is a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
On the Lady Tracey
Thank you so much, Lady Tracey.
You have been such a blessing today. And I hope that you just keep giving us some updates on what's coming next, because I want volume 2. I want to hear about it. We will have you back on the air. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So listeners, there you have it. Miss Courtney Wills, aka C. Elizabeth, from State of Being Me, the raw look at an evolving woman. And that's exactly who she is. So go there and support her work, support her book, and get yourself motivated. Thank you so much, Miss Wills. Continue to have yourself a wonderful day. And of course, thank you for being with the Lady Tracey Show.
Thank you, Lady Tracey. Have a good one.
Same to you now.
Jesus is our waymaker, He's a problem solver, and He's a miracle working God. Oh yeah, you are here, moving in our midst. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you, I worship you. Hey, waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Yeah, waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you, I worship you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Hey, waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Lord, you wipe away your tears. You mend the broken heart. You're the answer to it all. Jesus, you wipe away all tears. You mend the broken heart. You're the answer to it all. My God never leave you. He will never forsake you. He is always there for you, and so He will for me. He is my burden bearer. He is my problem solver. My God, He'll always make a way.
Believe in yourself. Have faith in what you do. Don't give up. Don't let go of God's amazing love. Life is like a circle. There are ups and there are downs. Weary or lonely, your faith it's so ground. Seeking a way out of misery when temptation comes. Don't let go of God's unchanging names. Remember the love of Jesus and why he was crucified. He paid a price on Calvary's cross where he died. With grace, mercy, and love, so we could have eternal life. Life is like a circle. There are ups and there are downs. Weary or lonely, your faith hits the ground. Seeking a way out of misery when temptations come. Don't let go of God's unchanging hands. Life is like a circle. There are ups, there are downs. Weary or lonely, your faith hit the ground. Seeking a way out of misery when temptation comes. Don't let go, no, no, no. God's unchanging hand. Jesus is calling. Hold on, my child. You might be sinking deep in sin, and there's no way out, no way out. That in the darkest hour, you can see the light. Don't let go, no, no, no. God's unchanging hand. Don't let go of God's amazing love. Ooh, I love you, Lord.
Students, need help to pass your exams or get straight A's in science and math? Get the one-to-one help you need when you need it most at STEM Builders Learning Hub. We have expert STEM tutors ready to guide you every step of the way. From solving that difficult math problem, to preparing for PEP, CSEC or CAPE, to completing science experiments, homework and projects. STEM Builders Learning Hub does it all. Visit our website at www.stembuildersjm.com and tell us what you want to learn. Then review the profiles of our expert tutors and select the tutor that best suits your needs. Connect and start learning today. Consultation is free and you only pay for what you need. STEM Builders Learning Hub, where STEM education lives and where you will thrive.
Unity Live on the radio. Hey, it's your girl, Lady Tracey. I hope you're locked in to Unity Live Radio. Don't touch that dial.
Every day of my life, you keep blessing me.
It's also on the beat.
Great is the mercy of our Lord God. Ever since we were young and fell off hard, you've raised and protected us from all harm. We're just trying to give some of that glory back with this one song. Even when we get so busy and we don't hear, your voice calls out to us so clear. And when you're by my side, I will not fear. I promise, even to my old age, I will keep you near.
Every day of my life, you keep blessing me. Every day of my life, you keep blessing me. Every day of my life, you keep blessing me. Every day of my life, you keep blessing me. blessing me. You keep on guiding me. You keep on strengthening me. You keep on loving me. You keep on blessing me. Yes, He does. Oh, yes, He does. Guiding faithful God. My gracious God. You keep on strengthening me. You keep on loving me. When I look at my life, you've been there for me. I can never repay the love shown to me. For the rest of my life, I'll serve you daily. I will honor your name and praise you always. You keep on blessing me. You keep on guiding me. You keep on strengthening me. You keep on loving me. You keep on blessing me. Oh, yes, He does. Oh, yes, He does. Guiding faithful God. My gracious God. Keep on strengthening me. Yes, you keep on loving me. You keep on blessing. Oh, yes, He does. Oh, yes, He does. Keep on guiding faithful God. My gracious God. Keep on strengthening me. Yes, you keep on loving me. You keep on blessing. Oh, yes, He does. Oh, yes, He does. Keep on guiding faithful God. My gracious God. Keep on strengthening me. Yes, He loves me. Yes, you keep on loving me. You keep on blessing. Oh, yes, He does. Oh, yes, He does. Guiding faithful God. My gracious God. Keep on strengthening me. Yes, He loves me. Yes, you keep on loving me. You keep on blessing. Yes, He does. Oh, yes, He does. Guiding faithful God. My gracious God. Keep on strengthening me. Yes, He loves me. Yes, you keep on loving me. You keep on blessing me. You keep on guiding me. You keep on strengthening me. You keep on loving me. You keep on blessing me. You keep on guiding me. You keep on strengthening me. You keep on loving me.
Peace, peace, perfect peace. In this dark world of fear, my heart will stay on Him. Peace, peace, perfect peace. He has set His love on me, I will rejoice. Peace, peace, perfect peace. When there's a casting down, I will say there's a lifting up. Peace, peace, perfect peace. All the glory belongs to Him who is my peace. Oh, peace, 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 perfect peace. In this dark world of sin, my heart will stay on Him. Oh, He has said, oh, peace. When there's a casting down, I will say there's a lifting up. Oh, peace. All the glory belongs. peace not as the world gives. All the glory belongs to Him who is my peace. Even in the midst of your troubles, You have won the battle. Even when the storms of life come raging, just know you're not forsaken. When it feels like your knees have gone feeble, He'll give you wings like an eagle. Oh, peace, perfect peace. Peace, peace, perfect peace.
Hey, Lady Tracey, you don't know, say, I you run things for radio. You know why? Because the Lord God Almighty sign and seal it. Yeah, man, Kevin Smith said that. Big up yourself here, girl, every time.
Bless your name, Jesus.
Woo! I just the most, yeah. Well, the Bible says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Close to the God.
Father, we love you every time. Yeah, you have a chance.
I wanna be close to you, Jesus. Don't wanna be far away. Hey, hey, I wanna be close to you, Jesus. Don't wanna be far away.
Well, like a belt and a buckle, that's how I want to stay close to your Lord God each and every day. Living in your presence, I will never go astray. I praise and worship without delay. Yeah, yeah. Lord, I want to wrap myself around you, and I want to tell you that I love you. Cause when I'm in your presence, I can't help myself but to express myself. But I want drop of blood until the devil walk away. Cause I will always praise him in gospel reggae. I got to read my Bible so me not go astray. Cause in your eyes, our life is like
I wanna be close to you.
I know you're alone in a journey,
Jesus. Don't wanna be far away. Hey, 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 I wanna be close to you. I've been in the outer court too long. Don't wanna be far away. So listen me. Hey, hey. So when me shut me eye and lift me hand in a the place, I saw me one day 19 just land in a the place. That can't happen without relationship. That's why me have to be a diligent man in a the race. When all the children I got me as one in a the place. Like the upper room it a go grand in a the place. Me no want no rock fi cry out, me a play my part. Me no want stick standing at me place. And the solid rock me them me standing at the grace. If God praise a pillar me belong in a the case. Me want Jesus see me so much that him tell him Father, every man in this man in a me face. I wanna be close to you,
closer than ever.
Jesus, don't wanna be far away.
Every day and every night, you know.
Hey, hey, I wanna be close to you.
I would have never want to leave the presence
don't
of
wanna be far away. Hey,
here I go now. Listen, it's a relationship me want you to give me, and so me really have to stay close to you. Him stick closer than a brother, you no see me. And even closer than my mommy and my crew. Sure. And me for leave that me not gonna do. No. And if me leave what me I gonna do. Instead me check and see me really need a closer walk for true. So me let go all the things me said the word me start recruit. In that Ephesians when me go and find a full on my suit. The breastplate of righteousness and gird me line with the truth. Then me drop in my helmet and step in my gospel boot. Bringing a better tomorrow for the youth.
I wanna be close to you, Jesus. Don't wanna be far away.
Every day and every night.
Hey, hey, I wanna be close to you.
Oh, hey.
Jesus, don't wanna be far away.
Whenever. I just the blessing of the Lord that maketh one rich, you know, and I that no sorrow with it. So if you want to be blessed, the place that you must be is at the feet of the Almighty.
Close to the Lord like a post to the God. Close to the Lord like a post to the God. Close to the Lord like a house to the yard. Why a mouse to the cart? I'm his source and the Lord.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lady Tracey Show and, of course, to our radio interview. As promised, we have a wonderful woman right here with us, the lady Mikita Moore. Mikita is from Chicago, and she's a book author, a transparent motivational speaker, and a little more. Welcome, Miss Moore. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for being with us on the Lady Tracey Show.
Hi. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
It is a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for giving us that opportunity out of your busy schedule. But let us ask, tell us a little bit about who Mikita Moore is.
I am a mother of 5. I am a grandmother of 8. That's me on a personal level. I am an author of, when this year ends, it'll be author of 9 books.
Wow.
2 of them I've written completely alone, which are my autobiographies, and the other 7 are co-authored books. So I'm one of, it could be anywhere from 4 authors to 33 authors in those books, but it's definitely been a great journey with writing. So that's pretty much me. I am the CEO of Invisible Daughter LLC, which is a publishing company. Mm-hmm. And then I am the founder of the Art of Transparency organization and tour. We tour 10 months out of the year, every year, except for 2020, thanks to the wonderful COVID. But we will be back up and touring in 2021. And again, we tour 10 months out the year. I think we have 8 different cities and then a Caribbean stop. So it's been great. It's been great.
Awesome. It sounds like you have so much going on there in Chicago. And I love the fact, because I was seeing where you're actually booked for another platform with our very own Miss Tokara Nicole. Tokara is one of my favorite girls. She has been with us as well for a couple times. And I'm just thankful for the job you guys are doing there when it comes to transformation, and motivation, and of course, coaching people, especially women like ourselves. So which leads me to ask, do you want to share a little bit about your testimony, about your history growing up? What really led you to writing?
Being a fatherless daughter is what really started the writing. Not having or knowing what that love looks like. Mm-hmm. I am a teen domestic violence survivor, that not even knowing that it was domestic violence at the time. Wow. I just figured, he loves me, so this is normal, right? Because I was a teenager. Most of my friends were having similar relationships, not knowing again that we were in domestic violent relationships. Mm-hmm. Or controlling relationships. Mm-hmm. I had my first son or first child at the age of 14. I had my second child, which is my oldest daughter. I had her 3 weeks before I turned 16. Mm-hmm. Still graduated from high school, which is great. Oh, that's awesome. However, mm-hmm. being a teen mom, mm-hmm. being a teen mom and just not having that father to look up to tell you or to show you what, real male love looks like, you tend to try and make it up, not even knowing what to make up. In 2014, I I was trying to end it all for myself. So I am a attempt suicide survivor that happened. So I started to write about it so that I can kind of release it off of me. So the first book was birthed, The Letter from the Invisible Daughter, and it talks about not knowing my mom was my mom at 5 years old. It talks about me having children at an early age. It talks about my middle son, which society would call menace to society. He's now in jail serving 10 years. So he's, been through a whole lot. He was diagnosed with ADHD and then intermittent explosive disorder. So it talks about all of those things. And now I take all of my stories and I from city to city. So that's what the tour is about. That's how the book was birthed. So that's what I do.
Wow, I'm talking about transparency, girl. This is exactly what, society needs. This is a transparent woman of God. And I'm just thankful that you have overcome it all and are at this place where you can help someone else, and for my listeners, I hope that you guys are paying attention, because it's not like this woman is telling you it was easy. She's telling you the exact raw detail of what she went through, especially being, a attempted suicide person who almost attempts suicide. And these are the things that I think we need to face in society. We need to face people who are actually going through things, and helping them. And I'm thankful to you, Mikita, for being such a humble soul, in walking in the obedience of God.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now I want to ask about the book, because you touched about that it really basically focused on you. But is there any chapter in the book that you want our readers to pay attention to while they're listening and possibly want to buy this book?
So the chapter in the book that I can say is the best, or the chapter the one that hits my heart the most would be the last chapter, and that is because I'm forgiving, right? I in that chapter I talk about how I am forgiving my dad. I forgive the people that did not kind of meet what I thought the standards of my life was, with my father not being in my life, and my brother not being the brother that I thought he should be, and some of the boyfriends I've had, I literally talk about how I've forgiven them. And that would be chapter 10. Okay. And then the chapter before that, chapter 9, I talk about how I turned all of that grief, I turned it around and living in my purpose, and how I took all of the anger and turned it into helping someone else. Yeah. So those chapters are like dearest to my heart. Yeah. The whole book is one of my love childs, but chapter 9 and 10 really focuses on the now what. It focuses on turning the bad into good. and birthing your purpose through all of that pain.
Beautiful, girl. Thank you so much for sharing that. And if persons want to purchase it, how much is it for one of these books?
So the regular retail price is $12.99. For the book that we're speaking of now, The Letter from the Invisible Daughter. And then I have books that go up to $25. I always have some type of sale, but you can definitely go to my website at www.MikitaMoore.com, and that's spelled M as in Mary, IKKIT as in Tom, AMOORE.com. So all of my books are on my website, and like I said, they range from anywhere from $12.99 to $25. And I know right now, through the end of this year and probably maybe through January, I'll have a book bundle where you can get any 4 books, any 4 of the 9 books that I have for $45. Because
Awesome.
I want people to read the books. I want to share the stories.
Exactly. Do you have any other book that you want us to pay attention to, like to just check out as well? Because you mentioned you have some more.
Sure, all of them.
Like, what are the titles?
The first book, like I said, is The Letter from the Invisible Daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And the second book is called The Cause and Effect of the Invisible Daughter. In that book, I talk about the relationships that I've had, being a fatherless daughter, looking for love in all the wrong places.
Wow.
And then the next book that I really, really, really and truly love is It's a Matron of Honor, A Journey to Womanhood. That talks about, I'm a co-author with that one. That one was published under my publishing company, Invisible Daughter LLC. And in that book, there are 7 of us. I want to say 7, maybe 8 of us. And we talk about what our journey was. For me, I was 37 when I really became a woman. I had 5 kids. I was grown in the eyes of the law or in the eyes of the world. But I still didn't know who I was. So it took me till I turned 37 to actually learn who I was, look at myself in the mirror, and really know Makita for Makita, without the mask, without the makeup, just who I am as a person. So those are my top 3 out of the 9.
All right, thank you so much. And you just said something profound, that you just found it out like at 37 that you were actually a mature woman at that age. And that just tells us to be patient with ourselves, because it takes time to grow. It takes time to experience. It takes time to get to that place of knowing who you are. And I just want our listeners to focus on this, because there's no rush. So thank you so much for sharing that special point. And one last thing, Makita, I know I'm asking a lot, but I want you to give one advice to our listeners today, no matter who they are or what they're going through. I want you to just give us one advice before you go.
My one sound advice that I give everybody is to keep going. And what I mean by that is, if you're on a train or a bus, and even a plane sometimes, when it gets dark, it doesn't stop. You keep going, right? Because the light is going to come, whether that be sunshine again, or sometimes when a plane goes up in the clouds, it gets dark, but when it comes out of the clouds and comes back down a little bit under the clouds, it's light again. So never give up because it gets dark. The light is coming. Just keep going. Just keep going. So that would be my advice to anybody, male, female, boy, girl, old, young. My advice is just keep going. Just keep going.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see you sent me something recently about an event you're about to have. Do you want to just throw that out there so people know what's going on and where to reach you?
Sure. On January the 23rd, Takara, Malira, and myself, we are all 3 coaches. We coach differently, but we are all 3 coaches. And we are having an event called Life or Death, Now What? The Safe Haven Retreat. And it is a virtual retreat. Again, January the 23rd. And we're talking about how sometimes you need to let a part of you die. All of the anger, the hurt, the trauma. You got to let that die in order to live your great and best best life. And then once you let that die and you start to live, you also need to know how it is to continue to be transparent with yourself. So it's called Life or Death. Now what? The Safe Haven Retreat. The tickets are $35. They are on Eventbrite. So you can go to eventbrite.com and just you can search Life or Death. Now what? But it's going to be a great time. We have raffles and giveaways and a lot of information that we're going to share with you guys. So that come on out, or go to your computers rather, because it's a virtual event. So go to your computers and sign up. It's going to be a fun time.
Beautiful. All right. So there you have it. The Lady Makita Moore out of Chicago for you, our coach, our author, our speaker, and everything in one. Thank you so much for being us, Miss Nikita Moore. You have been an amazing guest. And thank you so much for the opportunity to have you with us on the Lady Tracey Show.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
All right, then. Have a great day. Watch this when you walk from dusk till dawn. Don't you see that Sahara and Corona gone? Why don't you go to Script of Virtue and order yourself a book? Get yourself a journal, no man. Or even get a book for your children. Their number is 876-367-7413. Or you can go to their business site at scriptofvirtue.business.site. Shaman. So welcome back to the Lady Tracey Show. We are locked in our radio interview with the Lady Cecily Klein Walton. This perfect woman is just here to thrill you with her book, The Beauty of My Skin. She's a children's author. And also, let's see what else. So welcome, Cecily. How are you today? Thank you for joining us on the Lady Tracey Show.
Thank you so much for having me this afternoon.
It is a pleasure. So tell our listeners a little bit of who Cecily Klein Walton is.
Wonderful. My background is early childhood education. Mm-hmm. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've always had a love for children's books. And most of my jobs have been in child care centers, child development centers, and I worked mostly building libraries in those different facilities. And I grew up with tons of books. My mother always made sure that we were surrounded by books to enhance our development and growth, and just to listen and learn stories from all over the world.
Awesome. So we see where you reside in Georgia. And how is the environment impacting you there as an author? And why did you choose to write?
Yeah, I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been gone away for a few years. I'm back and forth between North Carolina and Atlanta, Georgia. I went to public schools, and in my beginning stages, I did attend a few private schools. I started writing children's books because, I particularly started writing this children's book is because I was very curious as to what my children would look like when they were born. I have twins that are about to turn 17, believe it or not. And my father was very, very a chocolate man. He's African American man, but he was very chocolate skin tone. Mm-hmm. And my mother, who's also African American, was a lighter hue, what you would call light skin. Mm-hmm. And I have one older sister, and she and I look completely different.
Wow.
She has my father's skin tone, and I have my mother's skin tone. And I remember growing up, people always made a difference in how we looked and would point out, oh, your sister's darker, you're so light, you know, are you sure you're both black, and things like that. And it was always aggravating to me, and I did not understand why people, did that, Lady Tracey.
I can understand why. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so when I got married, my husband's much more chocolate in skin tone than I am. I was wondering, what would my twins look like when they are born? Mm-hmm. And would this, same thing, these same type of questions happen to them?
Wow. Well, I believe the book is a bit about confidence. I can just imagine your experience in that book, which leads me to ask you, tell us about that book. What's the inspiration? Well, obviously your experience probably is, but tell us, what is the idea behind Color of My Skin?
Yes, exactly. So it's just for younger children at an early age to recognize that you're beautiful no matter what. If your skin is caramel latte, if you're a deep double dip chocolate fudge skin tone, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Your skin is beautiful. You were born in this skin.
Mm-hmm.
Embrace it, love it. You know, and just never let anyone say anything about your skin tone because it's yours. You were given that skin tone for a reason, and you're beautiful regardless what you were born in.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Cecile. This is a strength indeed for, I'm sure, all our listeners and even our children. I can see, we recently had a book similar to yours. It was just a bomb. I mean, just the color of the child's skin on the book cover could tell you that this is really a more personal reflection of the person, because the author herself, she really did her testimony from the book. And, you know, to have these things, I'm an author as well. And when your book can actually inspire someone, I mean, that's the actual idea of being an author. You have to be impacting other life, especially young kids, right? So,
exactly.
Congrats on that. All right. So last question for you, Cecilia. Where can we go to get your book if we would want to purchase it?
Yes, so it's available on Amazon.com. It's also available on the Target website.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to order directly from me off of Instagram, you can. It's the name of my Instagram page is Purple Tulips Creations.
Mm-hmm.
And I can send you an autographed copy to you that way. Purple tulips are my favorite flower, so I just decided to go with that. So thank you. So it's Purple Tulips Creations.
Okay, guys, you hear that? So find Miss Cecilia Klein Walton. It is a must, and you will not regret it. So thank you so much, Cecilia. Is there anyone you want to shout out before you go quickly?
I will. I'll just shout out to my three beautiful children, my twins, Zora Neale and Elijah Medz, and my little one, Baldwin Klein Walton. I wrote this book for you. And, of course, the support of my husband, Jonathan. Thank you.
All right. So good job to you guys out there in North Carolina. Thank you so much for joining us, Cecilia. It was a pleasure having you on the Lady Tracey Show, and we're looking forward to hear some more from you. So have yourself a wonderful week and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year when it comes.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you also.
All right, girl. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Want to learn to play music with a revolutionary musical experience? K-Don Music Academy offers online and face-to-face lessons for piano, guitar, drum set, violin, viola, cello, voice, saxophone, trumpet, flute, and music theory. Call 876-442-2721. That's 876-442-2721. Visit our Facebook page at K-Don Music Academy and follow us on Instagram at K-Don Music Academy 1. Experience the power of music.
K-Don, K-Don Music Academy. Register now.
You raised me up when I'm down. You gave me life. You gave me peace of mind. What more can I say? Great and mighty are your works. Your endless testimony. They are new every morning. What more can I say? You are the reason why I live. You are the reason why I breathe. There is no need to compare you. My God is real. Oh, He is real. God is real. He is real. My God is real. Oh, God is real. Oh, my God is real. Oh, God is real. Creator of the universe, the beauty of my life. You are the Lord and reigning King. What more can I say? I want for perform, the air that I breathe, the reason for my being. What more can I say? You are the reason why I live. You are the reason why I breathe. There is nothing to compare you. My God is me. Oh, He is me. God is me. He is me. My God is me. Oh, you are me. Oh, my God is me. Oh, you are me. My God is me.
You have heard from I Know Say, and you have also heard from Nosa Blessed himself. You have heard from Iborka Happy, Sarah V, Bindi, Jesus Girl, and of course, Asia Foster Broke, But I Am Rich. And of course, you've also heard from Passion himself and Kevin Smith, Shavana Chambers, just to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we say goodbye for now. This is where we turn the clock down a notch. Thank you so much, listeners. Thank you so much, guests, beautiful guests. I'm sure that you were blessed to be with us. Thank you so much, Unity Live team. You have been a great company. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Join us next week, same time, same place, right here on Unity Live Radio. I have been your host for today, Tracey Williams. And remember, no matter what you do, continue to have a great Christmas and share the spirit with someone else.
You are the reason why I live. You are the reason why I breathe. There is nothing to compare you. My God is me. Oh, He is me. God is me. He is me. My God is me. Oh, you are me. Oh, my God is me. Oh, you are me. My God is me. You are me, Lord God. What more can I say? You are the reason why I live. You are the reason why I breathe. There is nothing to compare you. My God is me. Oh.